Hey, welcome to Real Talk Matters. We're here to do another episode here for you today. So glad you're joining us today. What we're going to do today is we're going to start off talking about privacy and what does it really mean. Now, how we're going to get started in regards to this is talking about two examples of people who had something that they said privately come out into the public sphere here, and they lost their jobs over it. So what I'm going to do is talk about the different things that they talked about, and then from there we're going to discuss as far as the whole privacy aspect. The first person I want to speak upon is John Gruden. Now, John Gruden was the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, and he sent some emails about 10, 11 years ago that had very inflammatory language in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of the things that he said in it. But I mean, he used, racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic language all throughout the emails. So I'm going to read a few different things he said and then discuss it further afterwards. He compared the commissioner of the leader of the players union, which is a black guy, he compared his lips to Michelin tires, basically using a racist trope in regards to black people having big lips. He called Commissioner Roger Goodell a faggot and a clueless anti-football pussy. He sent photos of the Washington football team cheerleaders of them wearing only bikini bottoms. He shared a sexist meme of a woman referring of a woman refereeing in the NFL, because now they have women referees, but he resent a sexist meme and then he added at the bottom of it, "Nice job, Roger." He also then called Vice President Joe Biden a nervous, clueless pussy for attempting to put legislation in to reduce concussions. He also, Eric Reed, who was demonstrating along with Colin Kaepernick during the demonstrations in regards to police brutality in the NFL, said that he should be fired for that when it was kneeling during the national anthem. And he also criticized Roger Goodell for pressuring St. Louis Rams for drafting, and I'm quoting him here, for drafting queers in reference to Michael Sam, who's the first openly gay person to be drafted in the NFL. Now, right off, all those things he said was terrible. I'm not saying he should or should not be fired for having those type of views and things of that nature. But here's the thing, it's emails that he sent 10 or 11 years ago, private emails with someone else. So, and I want to talk about, I'm going to bring up Rachel Nichols here in a moment, and then I'm going to get into discussion a little bit more about should we really have people losing their jobs over things that they're saying privately. Now, what some people argue against this is saying that basically this is just showing this is how the NFL operates, because in this email he was sending to was to another owner of another team and executives of different teams and things of that nature. So basically it's saying that this is like the mindset that they have, because nobody on these emails was correcting him or saying you should or should not be saying these sort of things. But what I'm saying is what you say in the privacy of your own home email, should that really come against you in these type of situations as far as losing your place of employment? Now, what he said was very inflammatory. Now I'm going to go to Rachel Nichols here and put this up on the screen as far as Rachel Nichols for a moment, please. Now, what she said was obviously very not as inflammatory as what Gruden said, but I'm going to read this line right here, what she stated. Now, this is in regards to, now, Rachel Nichols, let me play this out, is white, and the person she was referring to is Maria Taylor, who was black. And she was suggesting, what they're saying that she also suggesting that she was getting a job hosting program because she was black. Now, this is what she stated. If you need to give her more things to do because you are feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I know personally from the female side of it, like, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You are not going to find it from me or taking my thing away. You can take that down now. So, after she was done taping, it must have been like a hot mic situation or something that was still recording, and picked up that line, what she said as far as Maria Taylor. Now, looking at that line, I don't know exactly what she said negative about Maria Taylor. All she said was, hey, this company that we work for has a bad record as far as diversity. Don't take away my opportunities because of the fact of you trying to make up for it with someone else. Is that a really horrible, terrible thing? I mean, people can look at it however they want to look at it, but the point that I'm bringing both of these situations up is these are things that were said in private. Now, what I'm going to ask you to think about is, let's get past for a moment what they said, and especially John Gruden. His thing, you can't even explain that away. That was just totally wrong what he said. But what I'm saying is, whatever you say in your private home, imagine there's microphones there and cameras, and you are being judged by everything that you say in the comfort of your own home or in the privacy of friends or family members, and then for that to be put out there for everyone to see. How will you feel about that? And then when it start getting into a situation where they start messing with your employment opportunities and things of that nature as far as taking care of you and your family, should that even really be something that should stop someone as far as that? Now, racism is racism. I'm not trying to sugarcoat past that, but we do have the right to speak our mind, especially at home. I do understand that they are public figures and they are held to a different regard than most people. All I'm saying is this is a slippery slope that we're going down right now, and we keep doing this whole cancel culture thing as far as playing what I call the gotcha Olympics. Gotcha, you say this, gotcha, you say that, and then persecuting everyone for every single thing they have done from infancy until now. Then we have a problem with anyone being able to do anything because we all sin, we all fall short. So we really need to think twice about canceling every single person out over everything that is said, especially, like I said, in their own privacy. I just think that is something right there that we need to really think about, and hopefully it's something that we'll come to some sort of consensus in regards to, as far as having people losing their place of employment and being persecuted for things like that. Now, what I want to kind of transition to, which is kind of a totally different subject, but Christmas is coming up, so everyone's going out trying to get their Christmas gifts and things like that for their family members. One thing to keep in mind, though, there are going to be shortages this year. We are having problems at our ports, and our two largest ports, which is out on the West Coast in Los Angeles and Long Beach, they are having very bad supply issues. Like right now, I think it's 62 different cargo boats is out there in the water just waiting until they could get brought to the shores. So, and these they carry materials from Asia and different countries that we need to help build materials here, or toys and things of that nature. So the whole supply chain in the United States right now is broken, and it all started with COVID last year, as far as a lot of factories being shut down. So with the factories being shut down, they wasn't producing microchips and different things of that nature. On top of that, a lot of people was working from home, so there's a lot more people ordering laptops, computers, tablets, video games. So that brought the supply demand way up. So now there's a microchip shortage that may be going all the way until 2022. Now, keep in mind, microchips is in almost everything. I mean, it's in cars, like I was saying, computers, laptops, tablets, video games, even household appliances. You can find them in refrigerators, all type of other things. And by there being a shortage, there's a shortage of these goods being made. So of course, prices are going up. Right now, televisions is up additional $100 from last year due to supply and demand right now. So anybody that's going out there trying to get Christmas gifts, I suggest you start getting them early, because right now there are major shortages. And what Biden just proposed, as far as trying to make them go 24 hours a day on the ports, that's great, but we have a trucking shortage in America. We was already short 65,000 truckers already coming into the pandemic, and now that number grew to over 80,000 truckers that we're short. So the goods are coming off the ports, going to the storage warehouses, and we don't even have truck drivers to go get the goods and move them to different parts of the country. So right now, if you're going to buy anything, like I was saying previously, as far as your family members, I suggest you start to get on top of it now, because you wait till the last minute Christmas shopping, it's a strong possibility you may not be able to get exactly what you want by Christmas, and have some little kid somewhere upset at you about that. On top of all this, as far as the whole port deal, here's an opportunity for some people. If you want to be a truck driver, there's a lot of opportunities out there for you because, hey, there's a lot of jobs available as far as that. It does take some training, but they pay very well, so it's something for people to think about as well. Now, next week on Real Talk Matters, we're going to do a full show, but one of the things we want to talk about is collective truth. And I want to talk about that because of misinformation. And most of the next show next week is going to be about misinformation. And the reason I want to talk about misinformation is because we got to find some sort of collective truth to build from in order to find a consensus to agree on. I had my little cousin in town last week. It was great seeing him, and he showed me a video. And in the video was saying some stuff about how the COVID that's being placed inside, the vaccine that's being placed inside your body will mutate into the HIV virus, and how it'll break down your immune system all the way down to 25% of what it was before. So, and the problem with that type of stuff is there's nothing factual to prove as far as that, but there's so much misinformation out there, and I'm going to try to do a lot of research to get a lot of information as far as this, because we really need to find a way, and that's why there's so much dissension in this country, is because nobody can agree to anything. I don't even know if you can even have two people that say the sky is blue right now, because another person's like, well, I mean, it might not be blue to me, it might be this color. It's just so much dissension, so we got to find a consensus as far as what can we both agree that is true and build off that. That's the way that we'll be able to build things out. But, and one way about doing that is, I'm going to bring up a lot of information about what doctors and scientists are saying as far as COVID information, about different things that is talked about as far as on social media, as far as different political things and things of that nature. I'm going to bring about facts as opposed to just memes or opinions by different people. And we just need to try to find a way to come to the middle as far as something in order for us to build further as far as this country here. So with all that being said, I appreciate you coming by, checking us out on Real Talk Matters. I wish you and yours a great day, and see you next week. Peace.